And we need to bring you some uplifting stories about the youth here in South Africa as well. And it is great pleasure to welcome into studio a grade 10 learner from Welkom-Gimnasium, who is the current, believe it or not, reigning Mr. Teen World and Mr. Junior South Africa. He recently registered his very own foundation in aid of diabetics. Mpho Botha, who is also a diabetic, founded the Mpho Charl Botha Diabetic Foundation. He was raised over 27,000 Rand to help children who are living with diabetes, and we welcome him into studio. Mpho, welcome.
Well, thank you, Leanne.
It's nice to have you. And no, I was just saying, it's so horrible watching what's happening with the youth and the students of today. So it's nice to have a lighter story and a story of inspiration here in studio with us. So well done to you.
Thank you.
When did you win the title of Mr. Teen World?
I won the title in May in Turkey.
Yes?
Yes.
So that was now, this year, in May?
This year.
And how does that work? Sorry, you have to forgive me because I've never heard of Mr. Teen. I didn't even know there was a Mr. Teen pageant around.
Yes. It's the same as the girls, but then it's for boys. We do modeling, but male modeling, and interviews, talent presentation.
Okay, so
Yes.
it's all of those things that we're used to seeing, but it's for young boys from all around the world.
Right.
How many guys from around the world entered?
I competed against 24 countries from all around the world.
Yeah?
Yes.
And you won it?
Yes.
Fantastic. So proud of you.
Thank
now,
you.
not only that, obviously you were representing Mr. Junior South Africa when you were there. When did you win that title?
I also won the title in March during the school holidays. It was in Pretoria.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Why? Why do you feel that you needed to enter these different type of competitions?
Yes. I always wanted to inspire people and motivate people because once in my life I was bullied and then somebody helped me, and I always wanted that platform that I could use not to only empower myself but to empower the youth. And Mr. Teen World and Junior South Africa allowed me that platform.
Yeah. So you came from a background where you were bullied and you weren't one of those cool guys at school that, you know, was just one of them that didn't have to try too hard and everybody liked them. But you had to fight for your position.
Yes.
Yeah. And what was that like for you?
It was very hard for me because I felt excluded. I didn't feel like I have a purpose. So pageants helped me through that and made me feel like I have a purpose in life. I can be the person that I always dreamed of being.
You know, it actually amazes me because you'd think that somebody that was being bullied the last thing in the world they'd want to do is enter a pageant because their self-esteem would be so low, and that because all these other people's opinions of you would dictate to you how you should live your life. But you never did that, did you?
No.
What gave you the strength at your young age? Because you find that the older you get, the more you become more confident in yourself, and you actually stop caring about what other people think, and you just worry about yourself. But when you're young, you worry so much about other people. Where was that turning point for you?
I was in 7th grade, and it just came to me. It's like, do not care what other people think of you, because at the end of the day, you are the one. Your opinion is the only one that matters to you, and you spend the most of your time with you, so be comfortable with yourself, and you're just going to be you for the rest of your life, so you better start enjoying it.
That's so lovely. I'm so proud of you for doing that. And I think I would imagine and I hope that you get to speak to other schools and other scholars that maybe, or learners that are going through the same thing that you went through. Do you do that?
Yes, I do. I give motivational speeches very frequently to school kids because I was at that point and I want to motivate them. I want them to better themselves and to be a better person in life.
Yeah. So you now go on, do public speaking, you stand up in front of audiences, you model. So you're doing male modeling now?
Yes.
Look at this. Now having won Mr. Teen, what does that do for you?
It changes the game for me because I get invited to so many events, TV shows. Like, I've been watching you since I was 5 years old, and it's such a great pleasure to finally meet you.
It's so nice to have you here. I'm loving this. I'm loving chatting to you.
Yes. So it just opened doors for me. At these events, I get to market myself, open doors for me for the future, and just do what I love. And it just makes me feel like I have a purpose in life, I have a voice, and I can help others also have a voice in life.
But you're still, am I right in saying you're 15 years old? So you're still in school. I mean, you haven't finished school yet. So you're wanting to obviously go further and study further. What are you wanting to eventually study?
I want to study a bachelor's in business science, specializing in management studies.
Wow.
And to start my own property investment company.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you're from Welkom?
Yes.
And which school are you in there?
Welkom-Gimnasium.
Gymnasium. I said it wrong. So it's
Yes.
Welkom-Gimnasium. That's the school that
Yes.
you're in currently. Now you're obviously. I want to talk about your work with diabetics as well.
Yes.
You're diagnosed as having diabetes.
Yes, in 2010 I was diagnosed when I was 10 years old.
Okay, and that's
Yes.
very difficult for a young child to have to go
Yes.
through that. I mean, you know, not having sweet things and living a healthy lifestyle. How did it change your life?
It changed it drastically because I used to eat sweets every day and I just loved sweet things. And then when I came back from hospital, my life completely flipped around. I had to eat healthy, exercise more, and take care of myself.
Yeah. Then you decided to start your own foundation.
Yes, because I found it that kids struggle, like I struggled when I was diagnosed with diabetes. So young kids will struggle with diabetes. So I want them to learn about diabetes, have more knowledge about diabetes, about the right diet and exercise, so they can take care of themselves. Because I started injecting myself from 10 years old, and I'm still doing it now.
That's wonderful. And if people want to help you with your foundation, you've managed to raise over 27,000. Obviously, you want to make that much, much more. How do we
Yes.
help you?
Yes, you can go to my Facebook page. It's Mpho Botha, Mr. Teen World.
Yeah.
And then you just click on send email, and then you just send me an email, and I'll get back to you.
You are so lovely.
Thank you.
I want to steal you and just keep you with me forever. Mr. Teen World, look at you. Isn't that stunning? I'm loving this. This is Mpho Botha, ladies and gentlemen. He is Mr. Teen World. And there's just so much to speak to you about, whether it be about the fact that you were bullied, you overcame that, you're 15 years old, you're living the dream life at the moment, and you're still doing good by raising money for diabetics and speaking to everybody about things that they can achieve. Well done, sir. You keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Awesome. Can you imagine? All that in only 15 years. Wow, I got a lot of catching up to do, I think. All right, let's take a break here on the program. It's 13 minutes before we say sharp sharp to you. Stay tuned. We've got more after the break.